Simple Takeoffs in the new year. Happy 2022. I hope everybody had a great holiday break and is fully recharged for the new year. I wish you all the best, you and your loved ones, for the year ahead. I am just getting things set up here and we should be able to go very shortly. Tonight, I'm going to be trying the Airliner landing challenges in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. Particularly, I want to start with the one in Madeira, Portugal, with the Airbus A320, and then make our way over after a few tries on that to the one in Gibraltar and see how it goes. So, without further ado, just give me a moment and we'll get right into it, guys. Welcome.
Baseball is America's pastime. This is the sport
see how we do here. We got 2 red, 2 white. There we go. All right. 220. I don't know about you guys. I think we can do better than that. Let's try that again. Landing precision 472. Oh yeah, we can definitely do better than that. Alright guys, let's try this again. So auto throttle is good. Speed brakes are armed. Whoops. Auto throttle does not want to go on. Let's try it again. It is windy. Holy crap, guys. This is 25 knots at 030, and we are doing runway 05 in this landing challenge in Madeira. If you just joined me, welcome. Tap that like button if you like what you see. We're just going to be trying the landing challenge in Madeira and Gibraltar after this tonight. It is windy. Sheesh. Let's make it a little more challenging, see if we can approach from the outside. Keep a nice steady descent rate going here. Keep in mind, I'm using the honeycomb alpha yoke, and the Airbus is actually meant to be flown with the side stick thrustmaster. So there's that. All right, let's go ahead and score up for final, and then we can decrease to our final approach speed of 140 knots. Again, if you're just joining us, we're doing the landing challenge in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. All right, let's go ahead and slow her down to 140 knots. The final approach speed. We got 2 red, 2 white on the Pappies. Actually 3 red now. This is a nice view, isn't it? I don't know why it floats. It's probably the headwinds. Come on. A little past our touchdown zone here. We floated more than I would like. But we managed to land. Alright. Let's see how this one went, guys. Alright, do you want to break or what? $269, okay. Okay, not bad. Still have a ways to go. Yeah, we were way off with the touchdown zone. Smoothness was okay. We're just gonna keep trying this until we get it right. I think maybe I'll do a couple more of these and then I'll move on to the other challenge in Gibraltar. That one's really hard. That one's actually harder than this. Alright. If you guys are ready, I'm ready. Landing gear coming down. Auto throttle is on. Speed brake is being armed now. Let's have a look-see. Cool. We got 160 on the speed. We're looking all right. I wonder what those islands over there are. Is that part of Portugal too? It's part of the archipelago. Jesus. Is it archipelago or archipelago? No, it's archipelago. I can't even say it. No co-pilot here for me today. It's just us. All right, we are more or less ready for final. Let's go ahead and slow us down to final approach speed, 140 knots. All right, speed brakes armed, landing gear down, flaps coming full. Yeah, it just seems to be the flare that makes us float. Just gotta watch for the flare, try to do it a little bit earlier to prevent us floating. Or later. Come on. 300. Here we go.
200, 100, 640, 30, 20. Retard 5.
Alright, slowly bring the nose down. way too much there. 40 knots. Okay, a little bit better. But we should have stopped a little bit earlier on the runway. Yeah, our ground roll as I suspected. Let's do it again. Let's try this again, guys. Let's see if we can beat my top score. Alright. Gear is coming down. We got 3 greens, no red. Gear is down. We're gonna go ahead and arm our speed brakes. Where's the auto brake on this Airbus A320? Alright, we can slow her down. He's indicating to, was that 3 white, 1 red? Now we're too high. Let's go back in the flight deck. Alright. Flaps coming full. Alright, this is looking like a nice stable approach.
400. 300.
Alright, here we go.
200. 100. 60. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Did you guys see us hitting wind shear at the last second there?
5.
My goodness. That wind shear does not mess around in this challenge. But I think this one looked alright, guys. What did you think? Let's see how we did. 369. Still could do better. Alright, I'm gonna move on to the next challenge. Back to the landing challenges. Let's see here. Strong wind. Yeah, let's try this one. Gibraltar. So this one wants us to keep a little bit more speed coming in with that intense crosswind action of 150 knots. So final approach speed is going to be 150 here. Alright, so here we're supposed to start at 170. Let's punch that in. Good. Gear is already down. Alright, where is the airport first of all? You can barely see it. Okay, it's going to be right at the edge of that hill there. Of that mountain, whatever you want to call it. Look at that, guys. That looks amazing. Look at that view, though. Wow. This looks like this. Nice. Alright, let's slow to 160 now. Look at those winds, man. It is not messing around. Look how shaky this is, guys. Imagine actually being a passenger on this plane right now. You would be freaked out. Come on. Wow, look how shaky that is. Wow. I am really fighting. This is ridiculous, guys. Wow. Alright, let's slow down to our final approach speed of 150 knots. Okay, this is challenging, guys. Flaps come in full. I have to crab into the wind. As you can see, guys, I am sideways. This is going to be tricky. Let's arm our speed brakes.
300.
This is as stable as we can get considering the landing, the winds.
100, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Alright. Let's see how we did. Ooh, not bad for the first try, guys. For this challenge, I'm aiming for a milli. I want 1 million. I came so close once at 935,000. But I'm definitely excited to try that again. Let's see, landing precision, 3227 out of 5,000. Ground roll, 1807. Landing smoothness, could be smoother, but not bad. Let us try it again, guys. This time I'm going to keep my gear up. Let's try gear up and put our gear down when we're square with the runway. See if we can get a little less sinky approach. Alright, auto throttle. Let's go back to 170 here. Alright, cool, cool. Speed brakes are armed. That looks so nice. Wow. Alright, let's slow her down to 160 here.
2,500.
We have the runway in sight. Looking good. Alright, gears coming down. As we line up on final here, I'm going to slow us down to 150.
1,000.
Final approach speed, check. Gear check, speed brakes armed. It is windy, guys. Let's see if we get a last second wind shear here again. I think they've programmed that into it. Oh, we are high.
100, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
All right. Welcome to Gibraltar. Let's see how we did on that one. Look at that Rock of Gibraltar, looks amazing. Wow. Ah, come on. I thought that was good. I think it's the ground roll. Okay, I'm gonna Google quickly where the auto brakes are. Okay. I want to go for that 1 million, guys. I really want that 1 million. Gear coming back up. Alright. I don't know why it starts me off with 160 knots when it clearly tells me to go 170. But anyways. Go to 170 to start her off. Let's give you guys some beautiful views here. Love that sunset, but I gotta keep an eye on my descent rate. Don't get carried away here. With the beautiful approach into the Rock of Gibraltar. Alright, cool. Speed brakes are armed. Anti-skid is on. Auto brakes. gonna put the auto brakes on medium. Let's slow down to 160. And gear coming down. That is shaky. Alright, I'm gonna slow down to 150 here. Oh my goodness, we're high.
1,000.
That is some intense crabbing action, guys. Whew, I'm sweating.
500.
Flaps full.
400. 300. 60, 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Ah, come on. Alright, let's see how we did this time. Alright, a little better. Getting there, getting there. I'm just gonna go right back into it because I'm just starting to get warmed up here. Okay, 170, 160, 150, good. Gear coming back up, flap 3/4. Alright. I just want to see that 7-figure score, guys. I want that 1 million. Alright. Speeds 170, managed on auto throttle, not managed. Auto throttle, okay. Cool. Alright, we got the runway in sight. As I'm just fighting these winds here. This is gonna be fun. Alright, gear coming down. Speed brakes armed. Auto brakes, we're gonna put them on max. Oh, it doesn't let us. Okay, medium. Wonder why it doesn't let us do max here. And I'm gonna slow us down as we're getting just rocked around by the winds. A little high. Remember, from those right crosswinds, I don't want to, I need to dip my wing into it before I land.
1,000.
Speed brakes armed. I'm gonna slow us down to 150 now. Final approach speed.
500. 400. 300.
we landed a little past the touchdown zone. We floated again. Okay, let's go back to the Madeira one for a change, and then we can come back to this. Yeah, I know. Just me. Thanks for joining us. Let's go back to the Madeira one. Because I want to stick with the Airbus. Yeah, let's go to Portugal. Cristiano Ronaldo Airport. Just me. Way too much energy for a Sunday, my friend. Trying to mellow us out here. Put you in the mood for a deep sleep, some rapid eye movement tonight. As I get you ready for Monday with Lo-Fi Girl on the audio here tonight. Nice mellow theme. Alright, auto throttles are on, gear coming down, and we are gonna arm the speed brakes. Yeah, the graphics do look amazing. Look at that. Look at those hills. Gorgeous. Again, if you're not sure what this is, it is Cristiano Ronaldo Airport in Madeira. Just me, just let me land. It's hard to see the chat. It's kind of, let's see what I wouldn't be able oh, just me, let's keep it simple here. Let's keep it simple takeoffs, as simple as our simple takeoffs. But yeah, I feel you, brother. 140 coming up on the auto throttle. Let's go auto brakes medium. Make sure this bad boy gets a working today. Earn its keep. Gears down. Flap is coming full now. And we are clear to land. Runway 05. 400. Ah, wind shear. Shit! You see that last second wind shear, guys?
20,
Ugh. My goodness. That was hard. That last second wind shear was really something. Can do better than that. Let's get right back into it. All Alright, 160 with a 140 final approach speed. Alright, let's do this, guys. Let's do this. We got this. We want to get that, at least get on the leaderboard somehow. That's not gonna happen. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. That's not gonna happen. But we can try to beat our score here. Beat our high score, which was, I believe, 500,000. Alright, runway in sight. Charlie, Foxtrot, Alpha 24, you are cleared to land runway 05. Good land, 05, Charlie 24, Foxtrot, Alpha. So here we go. Landing gear coming down. As we slow her down to 150. Cool, that looks good. Speed brake is armed. That landing was rough, just me. That landing took out a few runway edge lights that I'm gonna need to pay for. Hopefully my company will cover that and won't fire me. But let's see if we can redeem ourselves here. Alright, final approach speed coming in, 140 knots. Is checked. No co-pilot here, guys. It's just me and myself. And you guys are joining digitally. This is how we're doing this. Cool. Let's try this landing, see how it goes. Alright, we made it in the touchdown zone. $60 knots. 40 knots. And welcome to Madeira 224. Hope we can do better. Oh, just me. That's not gonna happen, buddy. I'm barely making these landings not blindfolded. How am I going to do it blindfolded? That's a pretty creative suggestion, though. If I blindfold myself in this challenge, what's going to happen is I'm going to make good friends with that hill real fast. And there's just no need for that. Poor people just living in the hills, trying to enjoy a nice quiet life away from the bullshit. Let's not ruin it for them. 1000 check. We got flaps full, speed brakes are aren't, auto brakes are medium, landing gear down, clear to land, runway 05. Let's try to do this from the outside this time. See how that goes. It's a lot harder like this. It is definitely a lot harder like this, guys. That looks cool though. Oh, I see what's happening. Flaring too late here. Well, at least we're on center line. Really making those auto brakes work for their money. Cool. Welcome to Madeira. 873. Considering we did it from the outside, not bad at all. Maybe it's actually easier to do it from the outside. Who knows? All right, let's try this again, guys. Thanks for joining me on this Sunday evening, wherever you are. All right, gears coming down. Speed brakes are armed. Their view, whoever's living on that hill, must be amazing every day. Imagine waking up to that view of the ocean every day. Wow. Lucky, lucky. That's amazing, guys. All right, 150 is checked. Flaps coming in full. And we're going to slow down to our final approach speed of 140 knots. Let's try it from the outside again. Welcome back to Madeira. Let's go back to the Gibraltar one. Alright, 170 it is. Initial approach speed. For this one, I'm going to see if I can do the whole challenge from the outside of the airplane. How about that, guys? Cool. As we start to make our right bank here towards the airport. SO says great flight, thank you. And we are fighting some serious crosswinds here. It is windy here in Gibraltar,
2,500.
which is an island of Spain. Alright, slowing down to 160 knots here. Landing gear coming down. As we just fight these winds. Landing lights are on. Alright, speed brakes are armed. Yeah, let's see if we can do it from the outside, guys. I'm just gonna slow us down to 150. Cool. Let's see if we can get this from the outside. It's kind of difficult, but we can try. Flaps coming full. Try that again, guys. Give it a couple more tries. Alright, let's make this the last one. So let's make it count. Alright. 170 knots. Initial approach speed, check. Beautiful sunset, check. Beautiful airplane, check. Strong winds, check. Speed brakes are armed. We're gonna put auto brakes on medium. And gears coming down. Beautiful view of the gear coming down. Nice. Landing gear is good to go. All right, we're gonna slow down to 160. All right, flaps coming full. That's a go around. Let's restart that. That's a restart. Alright, let's try one last time. 170 coming in. As we're just getting rocked around. Alright, speed brakes armed. Gear coming down. We got 3 green, no red. Flaps full. Final approach speed coming in 150. One thousand is checked. A nice stable approach so far.
20. Retard.
Alright. That was kind of fun, guys. Almost want to try one more time. 888-444. What a score. 888-444. Ooh. Precision was good. Ground roll could be better. Smoothness was kind of rough. Let's try it one more time. Yeah, this is a pretty challenging landing challenge. It's a landing challenge indeed. 25 knot crosswinds, is it? 24 knots at 103, yeah. That's what the pilot sees out of his window. All right, let's slow her down. Alright, speed brakes, armed, gear down,
2,500.
looking for 3 green, no red, 3 green, no red, flaps come in to full, landing checklist complete. Let's get a little outside view going for a bit. Alright, she's looking good. Gear is down, everything's good.
One
1,000. This is looking all right. Try to keep it on center line. And we made the first taxiway. Alright, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually happier with this Gibraltar challenge than I am with how I performed on the Madeira challenge. So just for good measure, I'm gonna revisit that one. We're heading back to Cristiano Ronaldo Airport in Madeira. 160 initial approach speed, 140 final port speed. Alright, we're configured to start this challenge. Again, if you're just joining me, thank you guys. You're watching Simpletakeoffs live. I appreciate it if you gently tap that like button for me. Help support the channel and have the algorithms pick it up and send it around YouTube. I would really appreciate that. It doesn't cost you a dime. It would help me a lot. And without further ado, let's try this challenge again, shall we? This one's a little bit shorter of an approach, it feels like. Alright, let's start our landing checklist. Gear down, speed brakes armed, auto brakes, I'm going to put on medium. Alright, we got 3 green, no red. Final approach speed of 140 is in. And my flaps are coming full. Landing checklist complete. Let's do this, guys. One thousand is checked. Try to focus here. Alright, pappies are showing 2 red, 2 white. What a beautiful approach. Alright, 500. Floaties. That was a root beer floaty. Definitely need to try that again. I think I could do better. I floated on the flare. Yeah, no. Definitely not happy with that one. Let's try it again. Ground roll too much. Alright guys, let's call this the last one for the night. Auto throttles are on. Speed brakes are medium. Auto brakes, speed brakes are armed. Coming down to 150 here. Alright, gears coming down. We got 3 green, no red. Speed brakes were armed. Flaps coming full. Let's slow down to our final approach speed for the final time of the night, guys. Thank you for watching as we go for one last landing here. This was definitely fun. Helped keep my flight chops a little sharper.
1,000.
Yeah, these winds are so intense coming off the ocean. Hitting the hills. Guys.
300. 200. 150. 40. 30. 20.
I think this designed to make you hit some wind shear at the end or something.
Retard.
Alright, that was the last landing of the night, guys. Hope you enjoyed that. Beauty. And on that bombshell, let's call it a night. Thank you guys so much for joining me. And if you made it this far, I appreciate your support. If you can click that like button and subscribe, I would really appreciate it. And until next time, ciao. Take care, guys.